welcome back to the Tatooine Diaries, where I fill you in on all of my adventures in a galaxy far, far away. As we discovered in the previous episode, I was recently kidnapped via fake vacation trap scenario by the First Order and interrogated by General Hux and Kylo Ren. I escaped to hide with my ex-boyfriend Luke Skywalker on a rock and moss planet in the middle of nowhere. Let me tell you, he has not aged well. I mean, I obviously aged well, but there was a 30-year age difference between us initially anyway, so obviously I was going to look a lot better than him, but my goodness. Save his calves from walking up and down those stairs all the time. That guy looks pretty bad. Anyway, I decided I had to leave the planet, not just because what the humidity was doing to my hair, which obviously looks awful, but because General Hux sent me a letter. Not a Facebook friend request, not an email, an actual letter. So he clearly knows where I am, or was, not there anymore. He writes, "Dear Becca, please do not misunderstand my attempts to soothe you with a complimentary chiropractic adjustment and massage. I understand that the chiropractic hires and the strangely uniformed spa technician may have frightened you." Yes, no, that was not a chiropractic harness, that was definitely prison restraints, and that was definitely a prison still, and that was definitely a stormtrooper. I mean, you did not even bother to change uniforms for your demonic henchmen from the first time around when you were the Empire to now when you're the First Order. I mean, stormtroopers are fairly recognisable, especially when you've seen the old documentaries, the Star Wars documentaries. So, no, not falling for that. Even though I'm really impressed by his handwriting. I mean, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. He's signed his name. It's got little, like, hearts and flowers over everything. Anyway, very confused. So, his letter, which was transparent enough, attempt to recapture me, is also printed on the back of an internal memo about how to recapture me and interrogate me further. So while I applaud both his handwriting and his penchant for recycling and reuse, it made it really obvious what they were trying to do. So I'm definitely not responding. So I had to leave the island, obviously, since they knew where I was. And I do feel a little bit guilty about leaving Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 there all by themselves in case the First Order does come there looking for me or for them, etc., etc. But there's a new girl there now. She's brunette, really bad table manners, but she's very cute and she has a huge stick. Seems pretty good at defending herself, so I'm sure she'll keep them safe. And I don't honestly think the First Order is going to go to that little middle of nowhere middling planet. I'm not expecting a Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker showdown anytime soon. That'd be ridiculous. But here's the thing, Galactic Republic. Okay, so you defeated the Empire. Great. Then you decided to just go ahead and sit around and do nothing while an even worse regime took over the entire galaxy? I mean, what were you thinking? That's like defeating the Pol Pot regime, the Khmer Rouge, and then being like, you know who should come in and take over here? Hitler. He'd do a great job at protecting these peasants. Are you insane? The First Order uses the same symbol as the Empire. They use the same uniforms for the soldiers as the Empire. You really didn't notice, oh snap, these guys might be bad news. Honestly, you're lucky that the First Order is just as bad at being bad as you are at protecting the galaxy. You haven't even updated your equipment in 30 years. Those little X-Wings look like they were covered in the same pond scum after they got raised out of the Dagobah swamp. I mean, come on! What were you thinking? Sorry, I'm just frustrated that I have to be in hiding from jokers like this who print things on the back of memos. Sorry. I'm going to answer your questions now. You had quite a few, so let's see. Lindsay asks, did you know, whilst being interrogated, that Kylo Ren and Ben Solo are the same person? Last week you guys told me they were related, that Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo, both my ex-boyfriends, were related. Which now you're telling me that Ben Solo and Kylo Ren are the same person. That's ridiculous. I mean, they were roughly the same height and smelled like the same cologne. And Kylo Ren never did take off his mask. No, what kind of an ex-boyfriend? even one who with relations ended really badly, would, you know, tie up and interrogate and say really creepy things to your ex-girlfriend. That's absurd. I mean, if it wasn't for that really nice guy, Matt the radar technician, who brought me a soda, I would have died of dehydration. So, no, I don't believe you. The next question was, whilst you were escaping Starkiller Base, did you happen to do anything nice for the Galactic Resistance, such as swipe some plans or things like that? Well, obviously I took plans of Starkiller Base. I emailed them right to Admiral Akbar, because he still works with the Resistance, so I'm assuming he passed them right along. Admiral Akbar, amazing guy, hasn't aged a day. Honestly, Mon Calamari are so genetically blessed. I mean, aside from the fact they look like giant goldfish, they're super genetically blessed. But we're out of time. I'll have to tell you more about everything next week, so talk to you later.